We'll talk more.
I'll try to get a little selfie from everybody here. Dave?
Welcome to the BlabberMalt Show with your hosts, Dave and Matthias, two guys that blabber incessantly about beer, brewing, and bullcrap. Stick around while they brew up another tasty episode.
Yo!
What's up, my friend?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Hey, everybody, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. We're the BlabberMalt Show. This is episode 32. What's the date here? 24 October 2023.
Absolutely.
We made it.
We did make it.
We're the BlabberMalt Show. Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, at BlabberMalt, Instagram, Threads, and X.
Yeah, you can email us when we do something crazy.
That's right, blabbermalt@gmail.com.
Yeah, man.
And don't forget to go to the Printify shop and buy yourself a cool T-shirt.
Or a pint glass.
One of these cool pint glasses. They hold your beer. You can look at the beer. You can smell the beer.
Drink the beer.
Dishwasher safe.
Does it come with the leaves?
Sure.
It should.
We'll throw in the leaves.
We're already rocking and rolling today.
We already have Ann from Four Paws and Red Wagon here. How you doing, Ann?
I'm good.
She's so good she brews for 2 breweries. How about that?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect.
I mean, that's awesome.
Good stuff. Dave, how was your weekend?
It was great. We got together with our friends, Christine and Eric, and went to her birthday party at their basement bar. Their version of Club Radon is called
Radon.
Proclamation Lounge.
Where we're at right now.
So we had a good time.
That's awesome.
Also went to the Kiss concert on Sunday. Yeah, with Eric. It was a great show.
How could it not be?
Some vintage rock. This is their last time coming through Cleveland. Kind of sad, but they've been, what did they say? They have been here 27 times, 28 times.
That's ridiculous. And wonderful at the same time.
Great show, great production. They played all the jams, all the hits.
All the hits.
It was awesome. How about you? Let me guess. Football, work?
So, yeah, football work, but, I had some other things. It was a long weekend. Friday night football, Avon, 10-0.
Nice.
Beat the team up north, Lake, 45-0.
Yikes.
Huge win for Avon. Number 1 seed in the playoffs. The boys played Friday night, and they also played on Saturday at Lake.
Okay.
And won there as well, which was a great win for them. And then Saturday, that was Saturday. Saturday night, my daughter came home from Case.
Cool.
Which was a lot of fun. She was there. It was her fall break. So we hung out Saturday night late, watched a movie, got up Sunday, took her and the boys to Cedar Point.
Nice.
For Hollow Weekends. So we hung around there. I had my first Christmas ale from Great Lakes. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
Got to have your initial first one. Speaking of, we have, something got
Not
canned
to brag,
today.
but
Can. Which we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, I went to Cedar Point and then left Cedar Point a little bit early because we have an opportunity to do not Kiss, Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay.
My daughter is a little Swiftie.
Or is it you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I got all dressed up in my pink, and we went to the theater and watched the Taylor Swift movie because we didn't get a chance to go to the concert. And we had the whole theater to ourselves, and it was wonderful.
That's sad.
Wow.
No, it was on purpose.
Oh,
okay. It was epic.
Nice.
And so it was like a concert just for us, and we had a great night. It was over about 11:30. It's a 3.5-hour concert / movie venue.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was just a really nice day. So I'm blessed by that. So I got a chance to watch the music thing this weekend.
That's cool.
wasn't
good.
Wasn't live.
Wasn't all work.
And it wasn't Kiss. But it was still Taylor Swift.
Yeah. How about you, Ann? Did you do anything fun, exciting?
I worked our pumpkin festival.
Oh, okay.
Beer tent
That's
at
fun.
the pumpkin fest. Yeah, so I froze my ass off and listened to everybody cheering in our brewery.
Okay.
For the football. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
See, for all you people out there, and Dave says it a lot as a home brewer, if you want to be in the professional brewing world and have your own space, your weekend's going to be not at Club Radon.
Yeah.
They're going to be working, especially the majority of the time. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good.
Yeah.
Sweet times. Now, what do we, before we get rolling, Dave, we have a little segment to start with. We cheers earlier to one of your home brews. Want to tell us about it?
Well, this is still the Oktoberfest. I brewed this for the yacht club. Well, actually, this is the Saison that has even older. But yeah, you guys, it's just a little pre-show beer. You know,
pre-show beer.
Yeah,
It's good.
And it's good.
Cheers.
Little
Yeah. Cheers.
danky malty.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
all right.
It's time for the Vorloff.
It's super loud today.
I love it.
I thought it was me.
Yeah, so adjust that a little bit. So we got to talk about Four Paws and Red Wagon.
I'm super excited for tonight. A lot of good discussion.
Yeah, we want to talk about the breweries. We do have some beer. I see you reaching for your glass.
That's because we asked Ann to bring us a beer to try.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Look at this.
Would you like
the growler?
I'll do the honors. Got a growler of. This is your. It's all you can carry.
Yep.
And this. Why don't you tell us about this beer?
So this is a Rice Krispie treat cream ale. So a marshmallow Rice Krispie treat. The reason it's all you can carry. So at our Pumpkin Fest, they have for $10. They have a crap ton of pumpkins out, and you have to for $10 all the pumpkins you can carry, you get to take them home. So it's kind of a fun game.
Yeah.
The legend is 18 is the record. I don't know if I believe it.
18 pumpkins?
Somebody had some cracks and crevices or something. I don't want to think about it.
I feel like Matthias could carry a lot of pumpkins.
Could you?
Oh yeah, I'm sure I can.
Yeah.
I was born to be a pack mule.
So the guy who always does this, we were at a party and I brought some homebrew for some of the employees to try, and I'm like, "What's your favorite beer?" He's like, "Well, there was this Rice Krispie lager in Minnesota or somewhere called Nice Krispie Treat." I said, "I could brew that," and there it is.
Yeah, that's delicious.
So, and I think ours is better. I think the cream ale base with the corn in that just makes a better base for it.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, I can't wait. It smells amazing.
And it tastes like beer, which
it tastes like beer.
My favorite it's a pet peeve of mine when people cover stuff with flavoring. So
yeah, that's good.
That is very good.
So this is the only beer you brought? This was all you could carry?
Yeah. Do you have a drum roll?
Listen, I'm the king of dad jokes, and that was a bad one, brother.
No, but we appreciate it. We're gonna enjoy this.
So, you want to talk about this beer at all a little bit more about how you
It's a cream ale base. We have our frost control cream ale.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, I'll brew a big batch and then I'll split the one into the bright to do the Rice Krispie. It's basic cream ale base. Let me see. It's Pilsner, 2-row, flake corn, of course, a little bit of rice hulls, and some caramel 40, I believe, is in it. So,
nice.
Yeah, and then just a basic ale yeast.
Nice.
So.
What hops did you use?
Saz, actually. So.
Pete would love that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So we got to ask you this. Started out as a home brewer, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did that progress? I mean, how did you get into home brewing? What beer brought you into
every 20-year-old's thing.
Yeah.
So, friends and I would do some brewery hopping in '95. I'm giving my age away a little, but
yeah.
So we were at Great Lakes, and actually, I had a beer. Dunkelweizen they had on tap there, and it was like my first like really good craft beer, and I was like, this is really good. And my friend and I were drunk, and we said, why don't we buy a homebrew kit and do it ourselves? So went to Rozzi's, got a homebrew kit. I don't even know how it was edible. You know what I mean?
But you made it yourself,
we
and that's
chilled it in a bathtub, and
yeah.
it was just stupid stuff. I mean, it was extract, so it's kind of hard to mess up, but. Yeah, it was a wheat. We did a wheat.
Yeah.
So.
I chilled a homebrew in the bathtub one time in a glass carboy. Shattered the carboy. That sucks.
I got
That's a lesson learned.
I got the plug stuck in once. Did you ever do that, where you go to
No.
do it, the plug goes
Sucks
all
right in?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Once
Yep.
upon a time.
Which is great. Our show is really talking about beer brewing and bullshit. And so, really, the idea is home brewer, professional brewer. Our guests are across the gamut. But it's really interesting as we talk about this and to our people out here listening, our BlabberMaltsters. The homebrew scene is really neat, right? And I would say that most people who get into home brewing do it just like you did. That's kind of very similar to the concept, right? As we go out and we try this beer that's not a domestic beer, you're like, holy crap, this is cool. And well, it's craft beer, so I can try it myself.
Yep.
Because why not? And it gets in that bug, right? So you start the process of buying the equipment. What was your first equipment? What did you buy?
Yeah.
It was a bucket, 5-gallon carboy,
Nice.
and that was it. It was just $100 for a homebrew kit at Rosie's. It was.
So you're way ahead of the game with me. I did the whole Walmart barrel, right? The brew in a barrel thing.
Oh
yeah.
Mr.
Oh,
Beer.
Yeah, Mr. Beer kit.
Mr. Beer.
Oh my gosh, that was miserable. And you put it in plastic bottles, and it's the worst thing ever, right? It's like there's tons of crap at the bottom. You're like, I'm gonna drink it. You drink every single one of them, and it's the worst and best thing you've ever done.
This is great.
This is so good. I made it myself.
To drink every last drop of it.
But what separates people who continue on, right, is that drive to say, I can do better. I'm going to try better. It's what it looked like for you. You had your first batch. You chilled it in the bathtub. Then what? You tried again?
Yeah, I did. We did like 3 different batches, and then I stopped for a little while. And I was always in the craft beer scene, though, still. And about 10 years ago, my wife tells me, hey, Sam Calagione is going to be at this brewers retreat. And he was my, like, you all have your person.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
He was like the guy I loved.
Yeah.
So I had met him a few times, but like to get an opportunity to brew with him, so I immediately took a refresher course over at the Cleveland Homebrew Shop.
Nice.
Did a few batches, went to the retreat, and then I'm like, this is kind of fun. I miss it. And I just started brewing and brewing and brewing and brewing. And it just went from there. So, yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Cleveland
Brew
Oh,
shop.
Brew
Cleveland
shop,
Brew
right?
Shop, yeah.
our boys over there and got so many people, not just started, but also hooked in the passion and the
They do a lot of good.
for sure.
Yeah.
Helped us out. I know you.
Oh yeah, I get a lot of my equipment and supplies down there. They have competitions. They just had their Oktoberfest,
Which I missed.
They did a free tasting during Cleveland Beer Week. I guess that was a hit. I didn't make it down there, unfortunately. But yeah.
So before we get started, any more questions? This beer is fantastic. So I pour myself another. Why don't while our listeners are early on, why don't you tell them how to get a hold of you? Where are you located? What's it look like?
We're in Red Wagon Farm. Everybody probably remembers that and goes, oh, yeah, I went to Pumpkin Fest there as a kid. We're actually in the farm. Eric and Sherry Ross, who own Red Wagon, asked us to join them and do the brewery thing. So they expanded the building. It's a huge setup. We got 30 acres. So we opened actually during the festival the back part of the farm so people can actually drink out on the property. Now in winter, probably not so much, but we do have a huge patio, and as soon as our Pumpkin Fest is done this weekend, they're going to start building a roof and enclosed patio with heat on it for the winter. So we have a big screen TV. We have a couple TVs to watch the games. We have live music every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're at 16081 East River Road in Columbia Station. So what is it, 252, I think.
Yeah. It's easy to get to.
Yeah, it's real easy. So, but it literally is. It's It's on a working agricultural farm. So, like, he grows his own corn and tomatoes and everything, all that. I was initially going to use his stuff, and then I'm like, yeah, it's got to sit in a fermenter for 3 or 4 weeks.
Right.
So, didn't work out that way. So.
Yeah, we got to get moving.
But we do go with the seasons on what I brew. So, like, we do a strawberry beer when strawberry starts. So, yeah.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah. And it's
fun.
nice to use the stuff that comes locally, and even if it's from your farm, that's even better, you know?
Yeah.
So now you started out, you did some brewing for, what's the brewery over in
Blue Monkey. Yep.
in North
Yes.
Royalton? Yeah.
Yes, the Blue Monkey guys. So, yeah, I literally reached out to them because I bought a Blickman system for, I was looking at systems for the brew house. They had one. I said, hey, guys, can I come over and check out your system? And, of course, you know, like every brewery, all good-hearted, they're like, absolutely, come on over. I go there. They're showing me it. I go, hey, can I come and see you brew one day just to see how easy it is? Oh, yeah, come on. So I did that. Next thing you know, they offered me a job. So I literally got paid to train on my brew system, which is super unusual. I'm forever grateful to those guys. They are such good people. Highly Brad is knocking it out of the park with his beers right now. They switched brewers halfway when I was working there. Jimmy was their brewer, and then Brad took over. So he's doing a phenomenal job. So
Brett is doing a nice job.
yeah, he really is. And like I said, I own Big Time. I'm still doing collabs with him and stuff, and you know, it's been a fun ride.
So you like that Blickman, the electric?
I do, and I think I told you, I don't remember if so I ordered a 3.5 barrel, and oops, they sent me a 5 barrel. And I even tried to tell them, and they wouldn't accept that fact. So I was like, okay.
So that's a nice upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, so only 8,000 more, I guess. So
Yeah.
So, but it worked out great because we had to end up getting 2 10-barrel fermenters in July, like 2 months after we opened, knowing we were going to have to increase our production. So I just double batch a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Blickman makes some good equipment. I mean,
I like
they start out, I believe, mostly just homebrew systems, but they just kind of grew, and now they have some, innovations for, professional brew houses.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think it's a good stopping point to kind of go back to that concept of working with other breweries. And we said it before, we'll always say it again, that this community is way different than any other community or profession, right? People help each other. They share recipes and concepts and yeast and hops, and it's a really cool family. To the point of what you just said, that doesn't surprise me, one, because of Blue Monkey and just the people behind all of that. But also, when we purchased our 5-barrel brew house from our 15 and put it in Avon and then put one in Medina, PKW was like, well, here are a few other people who have one in your area. Let's talk to them. So Terrestrial, we brew with them. Now we're friends. We just did a collaboration that's coming out Friday.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah.
Awesome.
Which is really cool. Over at Crooked Pecker,
I was just going to say.
they have a 5-barrel PKW.
Yep.
And so not only did we go over there to kind of walk through the process with them as they did single batches and double batches, we also went back to them because they brew hazy beer, right? And what that looks like for them and their 5-barrel system and how that plays out with their processing. And so it just opened the doors every time, every single time. I mean, Eric's like, yep, come. Always. Terrestrial, yep, come. Always.
Yeah.
Collision Bin, 15, yep, come. Always. We just ordered another 15-barrel brew house from PKW. And so same thing, right? It's just a wonderful opportunity.
It's got to make it easy when you go for collaborations. I know exactly what to do. I know how the system works, how you have to size the recipe a little bit different, maybe. Yeah, that's cool.
And actually, before we even opened, because it took us 3 years to open because of COVID slowdown. The way I got our name out there before we even opened is I did collaborations all over the state. I actually did one in North Carolina too, like to get our federal trademark for our name because it was important to our brand. We wanted that name. So literally, you reach out to people. Listen, I want to get my name out. Sure, come on in. We'll help you out. So Saucy actually did me a favor, and I brewed with them on the Hop Fest before we even opened. So, I mean, they don't have to do that, you know, and that was one of the reasons actually we opened a brewery. So they do a lot of good to the community. They, you know, they give you a space that you can talk and see eye to eye with a lot of people. I say brewers should run the country, in my opinion. That's just I'm just saying.
It's not a bad idea.
You heard it here on the BlabberMalt Show.
Yeah, I think brewers should run the country.
That's going to be a soundbite.
Yeah.
And it's true.
I
Brewers,
swear to God, I think so.
collaborative,
Yep.
kind,
Yep.
caring,
Yep.
compassionate, and sharing
Exactly.
of all things. And that's across the board. I have not met anybody that's not that way.
Yeah.
Me neither.
That's true.
Soundbite that, Dave.
Okay. Yeah. I'll mark that.
So, you know, I want to talk about that for a second because I think it's a good gateway into discussion of your name. You just mentioned that you wanted to get that trademark rolling, and kind of dives into some of the other questions we have for you today. So you're at Red Wagon Farm, and that's a Red Wagon Brewing Company, right? So we see that on the growler, but you also are Four Paws Brewing Company.
Correct.
So let's talk about that, the two different breweries on the same spot, what that entails, and then really the heart of Four Paws.
Yeah, so Four Paws, we were initially going to open out in Chagrin Falls, actually. I live in Chagrin Falls. So so the way it worked out was we wanted the Four Paws brand. The reason it was important is we're huge rescue people. We do fostering for puppies. We foster pups. We're big time in just our rescue dogs and the rescue community. Similar to the brewing community, kind of.
It is. It actually really is.
So, it was an important part of our what we wanted. So quite honestly, people are always like, "Oh, you want to always brew beer professionally?" I'm like, "No, I never wanted to. I didn't want it to not be fun. Like home brewing is fun, kind of.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is. And but then like going to all these breweries and seeing how much good they do for the community, we knew we could make an impact in the rescue community and with just humans in general. Like, you know, we want to help our communities, give people a place to chat. So we went for it. We're like, let's see how far we can go. And then all of a sudden, Eric approached us and says, "I want to open a brewery. Do you want to come here?" And we're like, yeah. Him and my wife were actually high school lab chemistry partners. They grew up together in Columbia Station. So, yeah, it's a very small world.
It is a small world.
So, they're good people, and you know, they wanted the Red Wagon brand still. We felt it was important to keep it. The farm's been there for 70 years, so yeah. So
just put some pics up.
Their beers
brewery
are more consistent, like basic. So the Porch Pumpkin's on now, but normally we have a red ale on for them. The cream ale, the Rice Krispie cream ale, stout, a cider we do now for them, and then seltzer, which we'll see where we go with that in the winter. And then our beers, I get a little bit different with them. I do some different stuff and try to be a little innovative. But again, I want it to taste like beer. So
No, you're speaking about language. We talk about, Avon Brewing family of breweries. We are very innovative in terms of pushing the limits.
Yeah.
But I will say that all of our beer tastes like beer.
Oh, yeah.
I would agree.
100%.
I would agree.
And so that's kind of the point, is that there are some people who would say that's a lot, right? And I'll say that might be true, but we're just pushing the boundaries. People really dig that, and the market kind of dictates what that's like, and our guests in Avon and in our surrounding communities enjoy those things. And we brew different beer in Medina that we do in Avon. Medina is pretty close to where you're at, so cream ales, lagers. This beer would kill it in that area because it tastes like beer. It's nice and light, but it gives that nice background sweetness. Does taste like a Rice Krispie, and so, well done with that. First and foremost.
Thanks.
Now, so you're brewing beer on the same system, and so there are some beers that are brewed for Red Wagon,
Right.
and so Red Wagon labeled.
Yeah. So we own both brands, actually.
Correct.
So we did a joint venture
Very
because
nice.
in order to get our license, we trust each other, and I'll ask them what they want for their beers, and I just do our thing. But and we check in with each other. But yeah, it is a Red Wagon label. We're actually canning beer, like I was talking with Ironheart, next week. So.
Well, tell us about that real quick. 'Cause
Ah,
that's a big deal, by the way.
I guess
Yeah.
we're doing 10 barrels of beer, so I think it's 2,400 cans or something like
Yep.
that. It's an ungodly amount. So we're gonna.
It'll go like that, I promise you.
I hope.
I can't wait to grab some of those.
Yeah,
cans.
so we're gonna be our frost control cream ale will be canned. The all you can carry is getting canned. The red ale is getting canned. The honey, our Four Paws pack leader, which is a honey Kolsch, we're local honey. McCune Avery's out in Auburn.
Mhm.
We use them. And then we are doing a Bentley's Berry Blast, named after my dog, which is a blackberry, raspberry, honey Kolsch.
And you're canning all of these?
Yeah, and
Wow.
then we think we're going to do a little bit of our downward hop dog. So
Nice.
Are these going to be distributed or just for the tap room?
No, I don't really have any interest in distribution. I don't want to get into it. It's funny. Our brewery consultant Laura, who actually went to high school with Kelly and Eric, the owner of the farm. They all three went to high school.
And Kelly's your wife?
Yeah. She's actually, her specialty is distribution. Like, she's even written a book on it.
Roten.
She wrote in a book.
That's what happens when you're out in Columbia Station for a
Oh,
while.
we're going to mark that one too.
Don't do that. I can get in trouble.
It's great.
It's not true.
It's fun.
Anyway, so yeah, we got kegs. So we have some of our beer at Copia. It's a real fine dining restaurant out in by us in Chesterland. And then Solid Gold Lounge, I think it's called, it's in Brook Park.
Well,
so
that's
their
fun.
band plays at our place all the time. So we're like, oh, you're here all the time. So we let them have a 612 of beer. So
So it's funny you mentioned Chesterland.
yeah.
Chesterland is the size of a peanut in terms
I
of.
thought you were going to say something else.
No, it's tiny, right?
You
It's
know what I'm
tiny.
thinking.
I'm with you. It's small, right?
Yeah.
And so, but they have the Red, White, and Brew, which carries a ton of product. And they always have, all of those locations there carry significant amount of beer in the craft brew world, all over the place.
There's a lot of little bars out there.
But they all carry the craft beer. And it's so surprising.
They do.
We got to Chesterland, like, oh my gosh, how in the world is this little place on the Far East Side carrying, craft beer from all over the state of Ohio? And it's just it's
relationships. Right?
relationships.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So we're looking at, got to some pictures here of your fermenters, and you have, I know you had a lottery and named some of your fermenters after people's rescue pets. I think that is the coolest thing I've ever heard of.
So
for sure.
we raffled on our opening. We raffled off a fermenter, and every year we're going to do it. So every anniversary, which is Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and we donate all the money from the raffle to Berea Animal Rescue down the road. I think we raised like $1,500 for them. So, and then the name of your pet, and then the picture is that's Sir Charles. That's actually Brad's dog from Blue
Nice.
Monkey.
Yep.
I gave him a little bone. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So that's his dog, Sir Charles. So, but it was
Nice.
Cats that actually won. P and Bama.
Oh, yeah.
So that was mine. That's our bright tank.
Yeah.
That's Sparky. He
Oh,
passed
Sparky.
away.
Oh.
Yeah, he was a beagle.
That
Yeah.
smile.
Yeah. It's a good one. It looks like my tacky stuff's coming off. I redid them all. That's Bentley. That's the
your
Berry
pup,
Blast.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Berry Blast. That's Bentley. And they're all rescues.
Yeah, of course.
So
Of course. Yeah, that's cool. When I heard that, it was before you guys opened. I was like, oh my God, we got to get our dog into the raffle.
Yeah.
Oh, Nikki.
yeah. Yeah. So
And I think that's something that craft brewers do, and also in general, is that you talk about giving back.
yeah.
I love that heart from you and your farm. We do the same thing. We give back to our community. Obviously, we're all over Avon and Medina, but we also do a lot of work with the APL and Greg over there. And why? Because the people are similar, right? The heart behind it is similar.
Yep.
It's loving. It's collaborative. It's what can we do to create community with people and with our four-legged family.
Yeah. I mean, you can't adopt them all, even though you kind of would like to. But what else can you do? Well, we can raise some money to, give these dogs shelter and food and vet care and all of that stuff that they need. That's awesome.
So you brew in an electric brew house.
Yeah. It was just an easier choice. We could have done gas, but we just upgraded the electric. That was one of our delays, actually. We had to wait for a new transformer to be put in because we didn't have enough power. It took 6 months. So.
Well, that's what COVID did to everybody, right?
That and we're on septic, which is so much fun.
But that's fun to talk about all your wastewater.
It's crappy.
I'm sure. But hit that button. There you go.
All right.
Yikes.
That was loud.
So we can't dump any of our chemicals down in there. So we have to get it all treated. So, good times.
It's part of the process, right?
Yep.
You choose where you're at.
Yep.
And you kind of go from there.
Yep.
Now, with that, because looking at people who are home, right? Some options for home brewing are, obviously in our case we'd use a lot of steam, which isn't usually a home option, right? But electric kettles are a good home option for people, and also direct fire is a good home option for people.
Yeah.
And I know Dave's looking to do electric brewing himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, I would like to. Just gotta get rid of the stuff I have now, modify the garage a little bit, and yeah.
Now, have you seen any issues with the end product? I mean, obviously we looked at your cream ale; it's super light. You haven't seen any?
Not yet, thank God. I'm waiting. It happens to everybody. You talk to other brewers, they're like, "You'll dump a batch, just wait." Thankfully, it hasn't happened yet. I did have to pivot once because I did right now we have on tap a peanut butter and jelly wheat beer, and it had to be an American wheat. It could not be a Hefeweizen. Yeah, so I got BSG, and I'm like, I need a wheat yeast, and the guy was like, "Whoa!" He ended up sending me something with I tried it, and I'm like, this is not gonna work. So I had to switch it. I just did a Hefeweizen because that's what it was, and I added peach and called it Resting Peach Face. So
Yeah.
That's Dave's favorite.
There you go.
The name for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's completely fine. I mean, I don't think that we've had to pivot a few times on some products, but in our 7 years, I don't think that we've ever dumped a batch either.
Knock on some wood.
Right? No, I'm being serious. It's just it's
awesome.
processes. It's hard work. It's dedication to your craft. It is taking an opportunity to do something like that, right? Where you're still making good beer. Might not be to the side that you wanted it to be for various reasons. Maybe the yeast didn't have as much esters. It didn't throw as many flavors off as you wanted to. So you kind of just pivot from there.
Yep.
Yeah, we were talking to the Hoppy Dudes, and they had that beer. They put the wrong yeast in.
Yeah.
On accident on a double brew day, and they had to change the style of the beer and change the direction of it. But we tried it; it was good.
That was great.
Yeah.
So, if you brew good beer and you really follow good processes, at the end of the day, you're still going to brew good beer, and so you can work through those hiccups along the way.
Yeah, the system's working good. It's holding the temps, getting me to the temps for the water. I've got a hot liquor, a mash tun, and a boil kettle, and everything works fine. My mash temps are right. Conversions are going fine. It's working.
Nice.
So,
That's great.
yeah, it's just a matter of learning it, and I finally got it dialed in. It took me 4 months, but with the water and the true loss and your boil volume so I finally got that, and the efficiencies all figured out. For those that use Beersmith will probably understand you got to do all your adjustments in your recipes, and took me a little while, but I got it finally.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Yeah. This is tasty. And we've been out there and had a bunch of your beers, and I've liked them all.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you.
I like the Downward Citra Dog. That's a good one.
And that was cool because the batch I just made, I actually used I went to CBC, and they were talking about the hop oils to use as your dry
Mm-hmm.
hopping, and I finally tried that. Yakima Valley had a sale on it.
Your
It's a
survivables.
Yeah, the Spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow, that stuff is fantastic. I mean, it really gives a nice nose. I got the full 7 kegs out of a 3.5 barrel batch, which never happens with all the
For
dry
sure.
hopping. You still have to use a little bit of hops, per their recommendation and per the talk I went to at CBC. But man, any brewer that's thinking, and homebrewers, could they sell the
Yeah.
smaller packets? Actually, I would highly recommend it. This stuff is fantastic, and actually. The guy who did the talk is Vinny from Russian River, which I'm sure everybody who brews knows him.
He knows a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what he does. And that's why I was like, well, if it works for him.
Yeah, if you can squeeze a couple extra kegs out of a batch.
I mean,
that's
we're-
Even
great.
one.
We're
Yeah, even
little,
one.
and we got one. So I can't remember the number he gave, but it was quite a bit for the big guys. I highly recommend it. It's great, and it brings the nose on it was like wow. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
Just chitty
agreed.
chatting about it.
That's good. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So when you look at your beers, and you mentioned a few beer names like the Downward Citra Dog,
Mm-hmm.
what is number one? What is unique about your beer, and then how or why is it relevant to today, or in your area for that matter?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily say it's unique. I like to be challenged, like the Rice Krispie thing. I like to do different things, and like probably another example would be the beer I did with Blue Monkey, the collaboration. I don't know if Fat Elvis, which was a banana peanut butter Hefeweizen.
Of course it was.
Yeah, it went really, really good. It went over like gangbusters, and
Yeah.
I brewed it when I went to our place and sold out right away. We're gonna brew it again for them in February for their anniversary. So, but I like studying a lot of stuff online, going to seminars and stuff. You can learn so much from your fellow guys. I actually did the Brewers Association mentorship program and learned a lot. One of my mentors was Barry Chan from Lucky Envelope. That guy, oh my God, he is amazing and so down to earth, the coolest guy. But he taught me a lot. But I like using different products. Like, for example, for the Fat Elvis, I use the bananas, which is the genetically modified yeast, which some people are like, oh, it'll freak people out. I'm like, whatever. So, I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like they're doing anything, weird. But, so, I mean, it takes the clove out of it,
For
actually.
sure it does.
So,
Yep.
for some beers, that's a good thing. The hop oil, that's something I like to do. So, I don't know. I like to learn and get different ideas from different people. I love talking beer with people. It's
Yeah,
fun.
that's how innovation happens. You
Yeah.
try new stuff,
Yeah. So,
I mean, remember back in the day, you never would add hops while it's fermenting. Heaven forbid. But now it's
yeah.
it's standard
Commonplace.
practice.
Yep.
And it
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes great beer.
Makes great beer.
Yeah.
Looking at, so as you name beers, right? You talked about some of the beers we've used for Red Wagon.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the beer names for Four Paws, and how does that connect to your mission and vision for your brewery?
So our consultant yells at me because sometimes, like Resting Peach Face, it's not dog related, but I try to dog or animal relate. But I like to be funny about things, and I like catchy names. Like I did the collab with Blue Monkey. We did an Imperial Pumpkin, and we called it Baby Gourd Back. So
Yeah.
we like to be
Those are great.
funny, but like I named some like Bentley's Berry Blast. That's after my dog, and that was just because I can't think of anything. I'll just call it that. I try to name things after something that I can relate. Either sometimes it's animals, sometimes it's not. Like I have a cherry Belgian blonde, which actually is what got me into the ball rolling for opening the brewery because it won some medals on the West Coast. But that one's called Cherry Bomb after
Yeah.
Joan Jett's song.
Yep.
Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got cat's pajamas in our cooler right now. That's going to be coming out. It's an orange creamsicle beer.
What kind of beer is that?
It's honey kolsch. It's a split batch
Yep.
in flavor. Let's see. Oh, it's $4.59 somewhere. That was a key lime pie beer because my wife's an attorney, so I can't do it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's a trademark.
That is true.
I just kind of pull them out of my butt, and I literally do on my phone have a note thing that if I think of something that might make it, I'll type it in. So I have like a huge list of some crazy names. I want to name them here Moist, but they wouldn't let me.
I think that
That'd be a great name.
I think that you and I are going to be best friends.
We should do a collab and call it Moist.
We're going to do that. There's
That's
so
it.
much
All your
about.
viewers are going,
No, don't cringe. That's fantastic.
well, juicy IPA.
It's a
It's so
juicy
juicy, it's moist.
Yeah, I love it. That's great.
God, we're best friends.
I know.
I can't use that because Huff Hard uses we just best friends, but
Yeah,
we're going to roll with that.
yeah.
That's wonderful.
Puns are fun.
Puns
They
are great.
fun.
Yeah.
And so I like that concept. I mean, we have tons of fun with that. Banana hammock,
Yeah.
for our Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to you about that yeast because we stress our yeast out to get that banana. But if there's other options,
There is.
see,
Yep.
you
And
know,
then you don't
I'm going to
have
learn
worry
today
about the
too,
clove.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
cool.
that's what it's all about out there.
Yeah.
Learn about beer. All right, man. Let's get into what are we doing next?
It's time for
What's happening in your homebrew world, brother?
Well, this is sort of homebrew related. I recently rekindled my interest in roasting my own coffee. I mean, it's
Doesn't it go hand in hand?
Brewing is kind of like brewing, right?
Doesn't it stink though? My friend roasts coffee and he says it stinks.
Yeah, it does when you're. But you just turn put the roaster under the hood, the stove hood, and vacuum it out. So yeah, our coffee maker of like 13 years took a dump on us, and actually I sent it in to get repaired. But while I was getting repaired, the wife is like, "We need coffee. You got to order another one." So I was like, "Well, okay, I'm gonna get a new one, and I'm gonna start roasting beans." And I got some greenies and started roasting, and so yeah, roasting coffee beans. That's my.
What's
The
your
extent
favorite
of
way to
one.
roast? What's your city, full city? What's your kind of
Full city.
full city?
Yeah.
You're a dark guy.
Yeah.
Same.
Full city.
When you,
I don't know any of these terms.
when you talk coffee, right? My brother, who got me back into home brewing, he was
Yeah.
an engineer at from UC to Gulfstream, an aerospace engineer. He went from home brewing to roasting coffee and started his own little coffee business. But it kind of goes the same, right? Same kind of concept and craftiness of, well, if they can roast that, I can do that just the same.
It's kind of weird because I've done a lot of things I learn about that you can do yourself. I've tried it, roasting coffee, making beer. You try your hand at just cooking just about anything, making your own pizza dough.
Matt does that. Matt Cole does that all the time. He's always posting about his
barbecue.
Barbecue, and now
Smoking
now he's
meats,
into pizza.
Yeah.
So he's making pizza. Vaughn at Bookhouse is always making dough and pies on his.
I don't know what it
Pizza
is.
Friday.
It's just you get into everything you like.
It's part of who you are, right? It's kind of
It's
this.
funny. I just had this conversation with Jerome from Schnitz
Yep.
last week, and he said it's a progression. He goes, I brew beer, and then I went to pizza, and now I'm smoking meats. I'm
Yeah.
like, geez, is this my freaking life?
Yeah. Here's your future. Get a good look.
Lucky for me,
Yeah.
my sidekick is my brother-in-law Brian, and he's our chef.
Yeah.
And so
Nice.
he takes care of all the other food things, so I don't have to get too invested in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have-
because
we
if I
have
did,
Barry, so.
if I did,
Yeah.
I'd be all over it, and that's a problem, right?
Yeah.
One to the other to the other.
Yeah. I guess this is kind of homebrew related. The Hoppy Dudes, they want to do a collaboration on a barley wine. So I'm beer smithing up a recipe for barley wine, and we're going to send it over to them, see what they think. And hopefully that'll be coming up.
Heck yeah, look at
Few
you.
months.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll try that.
Yeah.
Dave's all over the place.
Hey.
So did you know that Dave is an award-winning homebrewer?
Ah,
I read it on,
Here we go.
on your thing.
probably hear it on every
Yes.
episode.
And I was going to actually ask. That's pretty awesome.
I mean, look behind
Yeah.
you right there.
Yeah.
Dave won the
Oh, is
Sam
there?
Adams long shot
Yeah, I saw
competition.
Oh, is there
Yeah.
something behind me?
Yeah.
Oh, my. Look at there.
So of all people in the whole world that brewed a beer, Sam Adams
That's pretty
chose
awesome.
Dave in his Saison to not only package it in kegs and sell it throughout
Is it
all
that
of
same
America.
Saison?
This is the same
Same
Saison,
recipe?
but this has raspberries, yeah.
Oh, that's
The other
funny.
one was just plain.
I did a collab with Blue Monkey and Matt at 8th Day, and we did a raspberry hibiscus Saison.
You know what that's called?
What?
That's resting bitch face.
Shut
Yeah.
up. Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
Told you get along.
Shut the hell
I
up.
know. Isn't that wonderful?
It's not as good as moist, though.
It's not. We are coining that. It is happening. Listen. Right now,
Yeah.
it's happening.
I would. I think
Okay.
it's funny. And then my
done.
partners
All right,
can't
it's
say
done.
anything.
It's done.
Put
It's
that in the
happening.
books.
We can do it at my place, your place. I don't care.
You got a bigger system than me. Mine's,
That is true.
yeah.
And Pete would love to say moist a bunch of times.
Yeah. Look at how moist these hops are.
Look at these
Wow.
moist hops.
Would you say these are wet hops?
Ooh. Holla. And here we go.
Okay, and we're canceled again.
We digress.
So there's some things happening in the pro world.
Yeah.
Right? For us at Avon Brewing Company and ZZ's Medina, kind of difference this week is a big week for Halloween people who are having parties. For Saturday at Avon Brewing Company, we have our costume party.
Yes.
We are releasing, well, that's on Saturday, but so come dressed up for our Halloween party. We have some prizes to pass out. We have some specials, both beer and food, so
Nice.
check that out.
Yeah.
Friday, we're releasing a collaboration with Terrestrial, so look
Cool.
up for that. Thursday, at all locations, we're releasing our Christmas Miracle, which we'll try here in a second,
Yeah, let's get
Can
I love the
today.
can art.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
so
the
it's
can
a
art's
Christmas miracle,
fantastic.
right? It's fragile.
Baby Jesus miracle.
That's it. That's it. And then ZZ's will have their party on Friday. It'll be a Halloween karaoke night. So we'll have Halloween karaoke, and you'll be able to choose.
You singing?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
always.
What's your go-to karaoke
My
song?
go-to karaoke song.
Care to choke me. That's what I call it.
I mean, that's not my song, but that's not my safe word either. So that is not happening for buttons today. None. No.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh,
push
he
that
wants
button.
to.
So probably there's a whole bunch. Titanium is one.
Shut up.
It's fun. It's a fun song for karaoke. I mean, shut up. I'm a Swiftie. Don't you know that?
Uh-huh. I'm a
do know.
Kelsey.
Yeah. Probably some Neil Diamond. Probably my
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
go-to.
Neil Diamond.
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline.
That's a good one, though. That's a
That's a great
sing-along.
one for sing along
You
for
could
people.
totally suck at singing. No one would care.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. Especially when you're at your own place and people are like, "Let's get the crowd moving." Kind of pop that one out, and it's good to go. I have a note in my phone. It's pretty big of things that we like to sing. But so having every Friday karaoke at ZZ's. So
Yeah.
come dressed up ZZ's on Friday. Saturday we have Island Doctor at Medina. It's our costume party in Medina. People in Medina love dressing up and going out and having fun. So come see us there.
Cool.
Again, Christmas Ale, our Christmas Miracle is released on Thursday. Draft and cans at all 3 locations,
Nice
and at one
cans.
stop in Avon.
Nice
So
cans.
Nice
cans.
cans.
Hey, why don't you crack that while you're wrapping up
Did
there?
you say crack?
Crack.
Yep. I will forget. So I'm gonna do it one more time. We'll put it in the deets. We are releasing our collaboration. It's a 6.5% hazy with Terrestrial
Nice.
on Friday. I'll let them do some of their marketing before we
Oh, yeah, yeah.
spew that information, because we did it at their place.
Yeah.
But it looks
All
great.
It does.
I haven't over to see them, but this is a Christmas Miracle. Ooh, Pete brewed these batches. These are all our can batches. Pete's the
is it,
man.
Should have gave you a rim job. on this.
9.7%.
Get the hell out of here, is it?
Holla.
Holy shit. 9.3.
Oh, it's
All right.
Yeah.
I love that. Fragile.
Fragile.
It must be Italian.
agree.
So, Ann, what do you
nice.
guys got coming up at Four Paws Red Wagon?
So this weekend we have the last weekend of our pumpkin festival.
Okay.
So we have the all you can carry I was telling you all about. They have a corn maze, which next year we're hoping to invite some local breweries with us and do a beer corn maze.
Beer corn maze.
yeah.
What's that all about?
We're gonna call it Mazed and Confused.
Well, 'cause
Yeah, we totally want local peeps.
Yeah, Medina will probably come. It's close to you guys.
Yeah, we want local. And then we have wagon rides. Unfortunately, we can't have beer on the wagon rides because the beer goes outside into the forest and we're not licensed. So, foot golf.
Nice.
There's a corn husk thing that little kids can dive into. I think I got it all. There's like a mini haystack maze for kids too. And then there's pumpkins for sale. Saturday I'm actually gonna post it tomorrow on our social media. We're gonna give free bandanas to the dogs that visit the beer tent. Celebrate Halloween and the last weekend of the festival. So if you bring your dog, I got a free 4 paws bandana.
Cool.
We'll throw on the pup and a dog treat. So
Nice.
yeah.
Something for everybody.
Yes.
Adults,
really nice.
kids, and the dogs.
And the dogs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And we'll have the game on the TV. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we have live music.
Yeah.
So.
Enjoy
Do you know
that
who those
sports.
bands are this week?
That sports
Huh?
match.
Do you know who your bands are this weekend?
Oh, yeah. Let me look it up on my list.
We can use it later during our music session.
Yeah, if you want to do that.
Yeah, we have music events lined up. We'll talk about that.
So
Yeah.
the Craft Brewers Cup, man.
Huge for people in our area.
I know. So many people brewing
yeah.
great beers. With a masthead cleaned up.
Mm-hmm.
They at
As
least
they
four,
should.
at least 4 medals.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah.
Yep. Masthead, Blue Heron actually won
Best of show.
best of show
Nice.
and best of the Nano
Mhm.
in the state of Ohio, which is great.
Yeah.
We love the Ohio Craft Brewers Cup. I mean, we have won, I think, 9 medals from them, and won best small brew in Ohio a couple years
Yeah.
from
Nice.
them. We didn't participate this year. Obviously, we were just trying to keep up and with the breakdown and communication and the location in Avon, it was just a
Expansion, yeah.
lot. So,
Mm.
but kudos to everybody. Masthead, obviously in our area, Blue Heron just killed it. Wrecking Crew got a silver for one of their beers, and so a lot of people were out and did great things.
Mhm. I think Jerome at Schnitz won it
Jerome got a medal.
I saw that
Yeah.
on the list too, yeah.
for his pale ale, I
Mhm.
think. Yep. The guys
for
at
him.
Missing Falls get one too, I think. Did they? I'm not sure. I think they did. I don't know.
They should.
Yeah, I love
They
those
brew
guys.
great beer.
They're good
Great
friends. Oh, they are just the
beer.
nicest guys.
Also helping with various BKW concepts and yeast management and just good people.
They are.
Very helpful.
Just saying.
Oh no, for sure. We have a new brewery in opening
Yeah, I
up.
just saw this on
Yeah, yeah,
Facebook. Black Fork in
Yeah.
Shelby just opened. I guess people are raving about them.
Yeah.
Doing some great things. I haven't been there. They just opened, but
They're by Phoenix, right? Is that
They are by Phoenix.
Mansfield?
that's like
I gotta
Mansfield
get
area.
down that
yeah,
way.
yeah,
I have not.
Yeah,
Phoenix. is wonderful.
yeah.
Great stop
yeah,
off.
they had their
Good-
stuff at
another-
Beer Fest.
Carmen is just so helpful to the.
Yeah.
She's on the board for the Craft Brewers Association.
Great people.
Good humans.
Mhm.
I think we should drink every time we say "good human."
Let's do it.
Good humans.
Good humans.
Good humans.
Yep.
So one of the big things that's coming up, I know a lot of people have questions, is what is happening in
On an
Akron,
Akron.
Canton?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw Arche put out a little news release. They
Mhm.
have a Eventbrite event that you have to get. The tickets are free, but they're going to apparently talk about the future of the brewery or that particular space. I don't know.
I think it's good news.
It has
I
to be
hope
good
so.
news.
Yeah, they do a lot of good. They're good people.
Ron is
They're
a
good humans.
Yeah,
Brill-
good humans.
Dang it. Ron is a brilliant human being.
That didn't count.
Yeah, I know they closed down for a bit, and then they revamped that space with a lot of indoor activities and food offerings, and I hope it's going well.
So I do too. I've not actually been to the new location, the warehouse.
Yeah, nor have I.
I know that's where several breweries are at there at the old
Is that where
BF
Missing
Goodrich.
Falls is?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to meet them when I went to Arche, actually.
Mhm. Yeah, literally right in the same building.
Yeah, I didn't realize. It's
Mhm.
cool.
It is neat. They have, and they actually have an opening for another brewery that want to put it in the same building.
Maybe
Kind
it
of
has
fits its
something to do with
mind,
that.
you know.
Huh.
So who knows if that's something to do with
That's
that?
possible.
Their production model, maybe there's talk about shares.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Just kicking in the
Who knows?
dirt. Yeah.
But Ron is a brilliant brewer. He does great things. His beers are just ridiculous. When you look at what they did there at the Merriman spot with their small brew house and just pumping out beers that are just wonderful, good, clean, but also on the kind of the fringe of what we talked about, right? The good things.
Mm-hmm.
But it still tastes like beer.
Mm-hmm.
People, it's a destination spot. All of those are for them,
for
and
sure.
so people showed up in mass, and he just loves what he does.
Mm-hmm.
He loves people. Why?
Oh, good human.
He's a good human.
Very good humans.
Yeah.
Cheers. So if you get a chance, you're out that way. If you're out that way, get a ticket for Eventbrite and see what's going on. Go support local people who are calling to action, our community to come see what's going on with his world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whether if he needs help him out. If he needs patrons, go support him. If he needs some just thought processes on what to do next, you can be a voice. So if you're local to Arche, go to Eventbrite. Go to their Facebook page. I know he posted stuff there. Get a ticket
Yeah.
and go support Ron.
I know it's attracting some attention. I mean,
It
the
should.
Yeah.
beer communities are blowing up about it with theories and ideas. So
Yep.
We'll
I guess
look-
my thought process is let him do his own thing.
yeah.
Don't speculate too
No,
much because
yeah.
you don't know what we can and can't talk about between ownership and contracts and for us city and banks and with you. I mean, we all have people who handle, what we can and can't say
Yeah.
in the long run
For sure.
on purpose. So, just be open-minded and really step out and just be a part of our community, which is really what we want you to do. So go check out Ron.
Absolutely. All right, so we got some beer releases to talk about. Top of the list, Blue Monkey has one coming out, Sand in the Hooves, and part of the proceeds are going to go to help the Metro Police Division, which I think is pretty cool. People that keep us safe when you're down in the metro parks and enjoying the area.
They're a lot of fun too, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that sounds like a story.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories, but yeah. No, I'm not spilling, but yeah, I was at the Blue Monkey golf outing and hung out with them after, and
Oh,
it was
okay.
quite a bit of fun.
Is that where the idea came up for a beer to benefit them? Or?
They actually, when I was working for them, we did it for them last year. We did
Okay.
a caramel apple one for them. They do a beach riding thing every year to raise money for the stables.
Okay.
So it's actually the mounted police that
Okay.
they're benefiting, and yeah.
Great. Well, I want to hear that story. We'll put a pin in that. Terrestrial has a couple. That Canopy Crisper, we talked about that. That came out a couple weeks ago.
I love that thing.
So good.
But they're putting that on,
So cool.
putting the Randall on with some, we got lemon, orange, ginger, and chamomile.
I saw that.
So
It looked fantastic.
that'll look pretty good. Catching Smoke, which is a smoke lager, Beechwood Smoke Malt. They're always doing crazy things, man.
This
What's
is
that?
our collab.
Oh,
Coming
okay.
out
That's
Friday.
pretty
Pick of it.
Juicy.
Yeah.
Can you see that or not? I don't
That's
know.
very
Yeah, I don't know.
moist.
I don't know.
That looks moist.
You can't
That's
use
a
that.
moist beer.
That's the beer we're gonna do together. Come on
Yeah.
now.
That's gonna be fun.
I can't wait.
Oh my beer watches.
Oh my beer. We love Brick and Barrel
Yeah,
so much.
I think this beer's
Cara.
probably already
Cara's
gone.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I love Kara. She's a
They
good,
did
human.
that. Yeah, she's a good human.
Jeez,
Uh,
cheers.
You're missing.
This is a beer drinking game now.
Steve the ESB
Mm.
put on cask. It's probably gone by now because this is a couple days I saw
Yep.
it. But
Wasn't that she won the medals for that?
She did.
for ESP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, Working Class has 4 new chocolate stouts, 1 coconut, 1 French toast, chocolate latte, and a black cherry.
Rick does
I'm
great
really
Rick
shit.
is
interested in
good
the
too.
black
He's
cherry.
fantastic, and his stout, his peanut butter stout's off the hooks
Mhm.
as it is. I mean,
Yeah, it's good. Now, real quick, put a pin in that because this is important.
okay.
So Rick he's a bivocational brewer. He's a teacher, much like myself. You're also one.
I'm not.
Pseudo.
How am I a teacher?
No, you're a bivocational brewer.
Oh yeah, I actually,
Right,
you
all
heard
brewers.
that story.
Yeah, I wanna
give
hear
away.
that
I'm
real quick.
actually an ICU nurse. I am.
What?
I was planning. I still have the job, and I was planning on going back and working at least a couple shifts every few weeks. But unfortunately, our business is so busy. I don't know if I can fulfill the requirements. But yes, shout out to Hooja. I worked for UH for 20 years as a nurse. Yeah. And
Well,
So if
thank you
I
for your
if I
service.
fall out right now, you could like jam a pen in my trachea and save my
she
life.
could do it. You're a pharmacist? She'd give you drugs.
Well, she could anesthetize me, and then you jam a trachea or a pen in my trachea.
There's the
like
safe word.
MASH. Remember MASH?
That's safe word conversation.
What's that? It's jam a pen?
No.
Jam a pen?
He
It's
can
not
get drugged
safe at
up,
all.
Yeah.
and then never mind.
I don't even know if I want
So
to know
Saucy
where you're
has a
going
beer
with it.
coming out too.
Yeah.
Phobia, their white stout.
This is going all weird.
I know that's. I've had that before previous years. That's good.
Well,
That's good.
Eric's the originator of the albino stout. And
Yeah,
so I bet this is good.
knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Phobia is really good. They also just renamed a beer, Stealing Signs,
Oh yeah,
from the team up north, Michigan.
I thought that was from what? Is it?
But they didn't do it for the Indians. They did it for the Michigan. So they have a little
God
fun
dang,
picture
is
of
that
The-
smart.
yeah.
the coach of Michigan
Oh my
good.
God.
up there.
That's
It's
awesome.
it's a good rebrand.
It is.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
It's a good
actually.
rebrand, especially for
Yeah.
right now. That's fun.
Smart.
How about homebrew? So we have Homebrew Ohio coming up.
Yeah, the homebrew shop up in Sandusky, which I go there quite a bit too because we're going back and forth from Marblehead. But they're celebrating their 12-year anniversary, November 17th through the 18th. They're going to have beer tastings, and they're going to have a couple wines there because they do sell wine kits and stuff for making
sure.
wine. And Masthead's going to be there.
Oh, awesome.
Bell's, Founders.
I
So
bought stuff from them online.
yeah, it's a good shop, and
yeah.
they let you measure your own grains, which is kind of cool if you want to be hands on, measure out your own grain bill. As long as you're neat, you don't want to be slopping grains all over the floor. They frown on that, but So we got to get into the music events, and we're going to talk about Iron Maiden. Don't worry.
Good.
I mean, you're wearing the shirt
I
and
love
the
Iron
drums
Maiden.
back here.
Yeah,
I love them.
Dave's a Maiden.
yeah, it's kind of my favorite.
I
So the Agora, October 29th, coming up here is Mushroom Head. We talked about that before. Can't go, but if you guys are into heavy music, you're into Mushroom Head, you got to go check them out, especially at the Agora. They're, a local band. Here's a little fest coming up, the Beachland Ballroom, October 27th. Midnight, Black Death, Assault, Nun Slaughter, and Destructor. Now, I don't know any of those bands, but Nun Slaughter, come on, that's a metal name.
Big time.
And I did check them out on YouTube. It's everything you think. Yeah, they're heavy.
And Priest Beater is opening for them.
Priest Beater. Yes. Wait a second.
That's
a
death
name.
metal name.
That's a
Yeah. I
Priest
think
Beater.
it's more. Yeah.
wow.
Beat the bishop. Anyway, Dragon Force, November 8th at the Agora.
I
We
like
talked
Dragon
about them.
Force.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah. Very operatic, kind of like
Mhm.
Dungeons and Dragons
Yep.
kind of music. Pink. I just saw this when we were at KISS on the little banner. Pink is coming. I didn't
do.
know that.
I love Pink.
November 8th.
I'm just selling myself out all day long.
What the heck is this
Yeah,
next
yeah.
one?
We're going to that.
You are not.
Not Dying Fetus. We're going to the Steel Panther.
No, I was looking at Dying Feet.
Dying Fetus. I just threw them in November 14th, House of Blues. They're heavy. You can
I was
say
gonna
it.
ask.
They're heavy.
Big time. And it's at House of Blues. So
I thought they were light rock with that.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's elevator rock.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not as heavy as Beat the Priest. What is it? Priest Beater?
yeah.
Gosh.
Grunge DNA. Now that I saw that they're having in July of next year, they're having that. They're taking over the boat. I forget, the Nautica Queen or
Mhm.
whatever. But since I like them, now they're advertising to me, and they're having a show, House of Blues, November 25th. It's 90s grunge cover. Who
Yeah,
doesn't
Flannel
love some
Flashback.
I
Nirvana?
like that. I
For
like
sure.
that, yeah.
Steel Panther, December 1st. Yeah, we got to go to that.
We're
Gotta
going.
go. Okay, all right.
We just need to get tickets and call it a day. It's going to happen.
You know what?
I
It's
would
December
give you
1st.
the-
Wait
See,
a second.
Steel Panther is a song you'd couple songs you could sing
We,
karaoke.
we're not gonna
Really?
be at
Why not?
we're not gonna be at the Steel Panther
Veterans
show
titanium.
Why?
because we have our Christmas beer tasting here on the show. That's a Tuesday.
Oh. I'll come to that. I don't even have to be a guest. I'll be a spectator.
You can come to the Christmas beer tasting.
That'd
That'd be fun.
And then coming up just around the corner, Jim Brewer,
Mm-hmm.
not a musician but a comedian.
Yep.
Funny, dude's hilarious.
I love comedians.
Mimi Ohio Theater. Is that in the Flats? I don't know. I don't know where it is.
I do not know where it's at.
Okay.
Oh,
Now-
I think that's at Playhouse Square.
Okay.
Is it one of the Playhouse?
Yeah, I think it
Could
is.
be. Could be.
Now, I was chastised by all of our musical guests
Yes.
at our breweries because I don't mention them during our musical act days.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I need to do that because I
Okay.
get in trouble
And
for
I
it. You should
gotta
probably do
pull
the same
mine out,
thing.
Yeah.
So on Friday, October 27th in Medina, we're having the Island Doctor
Okay.
in our costume party. So Island Doctor is fantastic.
That sounds fun.
Pack the place out, come dressed up, prizes, drink specials, food specials from Big Dog Daddies.
Nice.
And on the 28th, we have Island Troy.
I had him Sunday. He's fantastic.
He's fantastic.
Love him.
That
You know
is
what?
for our pub crawl.
He's a good human.
He's a good human.
That's the Medina pub crawl. I'm out
Yep.
of beer.
You're-
So that's the Medina pub crawl. Here.
Oh shit.
Medina, I've mentioned before, if you're in the Medina area, you need to join all of our pub crawls because Wrecking Crew kind of starts them. They're all over the place, kind of in our Southtown Square area. People come out in mass for those holiday pub crawls. And so Saturday is going to be a wonderful day in Medina. Again, we have Island Troy is our music for the pub crawl night. People are going to come
It
and dress
starts
up.
like, what does that start? Like 11? Noon?
It's all day.
It's all day?
He'll be playing from 7 to 10, but if you want to run the pub crawl, it's all day.
Okay.
That's
Come get
awesome.
stamped and get prizes all at the end. So it's a fun event for
Cool.
pub crawls. Yeah, for sure. Medina is just a wonderful city that does all
We
these
need
wonderful
something
events.
for Lorraine, by the way, sir.
We're working on it.
I have some good
Listen,
ideas.
we need to get together because I started the with our group, but kind of the catalyst behind starting the Medina Passport.
Mhm.
It's time.
And they do a fantastic job.
That's us.
There's so many
you
breweries
do-
there.
Oh, well, you do a
Well,
fantastic
now
job.
Chris Zaffel runs it, but yes, but that's the point.
Uh-huh.
And so we should do one for Lorraine,
Uh-huh. I concur.
right?
I
think it's a
concur.
fantastic idea. We'll also have an opportunity I want to talk to you about for in the spring with some economic development concepts.
Cool.
Yep, it's gonna
Sounds
be
good.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Enough about
Yep. Any more bands?
Oh,
You got
Yes,
yours?
right here.
yeah, I got ours. So I've got Steve and Sam on Friday from 6 to 9. Brittany Davidson.
Ooh, I know
she's
Brittany.
kind of like a
Yeah.
she's great sound.
For sure.
First time at our place. 2 to 5. And then I'm sure you've heard of these guys, the Salty Roads Band.
Mhm.
They are phenomenal. I heard them warming up and I thought it was a freaking record playing
Yeah.
out there. They're really good. And they're Sunday 2 to 5. And then Buckeyes on the big screen on Saturday and Buckeyes on the big screen Browns on the big screen Sunday. And the cool thing is for these people that are in the middle of the day, we have them like right under the TV so you can watch the game and listen to live music at the same
Perfect.
time.
I see Front Porch Jamming.
Yeah, they're at our place too. They were there. Where are they at?
It's coming up
Is it?
right there.
Oh yeah, the 10th. Although we've got more now. Like all our weekends are
Nice.
booked now.
Front Porch Jamming. He's a teacher at JVS.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he's our right.
They're a lot of fun too. They're
I
good.
know.
They're good. You know.
We saw
they're-
Charles Guile
yeah, he's
when he was out
The
there.
Ghost
He was
Band?
great.
so he's
Yeah.
there every month. He's we hired him to go every month now.
He's got
so.
something for everybody.
He literally
his
and then
tagline, yeah.
a new one too. We get the dueling piano dames.
Ooh.
They're literally do their whole set from requests, which is pretty cool. They're really fun. Yeah. So it's literally like the dueling piano.
Wow. Nice.
So,
That is neat.
yeah. Anywho.
That's good.
Iron Maiden.
Yes.
So I went out went out to the brewery to meet Ann, and I don't know, I dropped my phone or whatever. It came on, Screensavers, Eddie from Live After Death. And she's like, oh, is that Eddie? I'm like, yeah. I love Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I love them. I grew up with them in high school. God almighty, I'm a girl from the 80s.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's your favorite album? Or when did you first get into them? Like,
8th grade.
8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
My favorite album is their greatest hits album, the 2-disc set.
Oh, yeah.
Run
Well,
to
yeah.
the hills.
Yes. Well,
I don't care to choke me that though. I know my place. My mom wouldn't even let me sing in church. Shh, shh.
Leave it to the professionals.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. Huge Iron Maiden fan. I wear my
Love it.
Senjutsu, the latest CD.
Mm-hmm.
I got my Lonnie Shedroff gifted this for the show, the Iron Maiden drum. I got another gift from my friend Dave Hicko of the Trooper beer.
Did you try
I
it?
got, I've had it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's English ale,
That was like the Rush one too. The one.
Yep.
Forget who it was that did it, but I was like,
Megadeth has one they did with I want to say a Canadian brewery at Two Le Monde or something. It's pretty good, like a Belgian. Would make your ears red, but
It would.
yeah, he's allergic.
I'm
to
allergic to
Belgian yeast.
Belgian yeast.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Shut
It's
the hell
horrible. I drink it anyway, but my ears get red is immediately. Drink it is up it goes.
up. Oh boy.
So we sample those things.
All right, you ready to grain out?
Let's grain out.
It's time to grain out. Grain out.
Got to figure out why that's so loud for us
No, I dig it.
in the headphones. So next week, the 31st, we're gonna be. I finally got them nailed down. Yeah, Ghost Tree.
Love
out in
Ghost Tree.
Amherst. We're gonna be out there.
Love those dudes.
If you're a brewery or a beer bar or massage parlor or whatever,
Holy
call
crap.
us. We'll come in.
They're good humans too.
They're good humans too. Yeah. Email us. Let us know. We'd love to have you in studio. We'll come out to visit you. Whatever.
Yeah, every
But
other
we
week,
gotta-
back
we
and
gotta-
forth concept.
We got to nail down some guests. But December 1st, Steel Panther or Christmas Ale tasting. We're going to be at the Christmas Ale tasting.
I'm crashing the party.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up the calendar because I think something's wrong. So December the 5th is our Christmas Ale tasting.
Is it? Okay, we're back on. I
Oh.
screwed up the notes.
It's
folks.
okay. I totally was on board, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
I was like, Dave's always right.
So you're saying there's a chance.
So you're saying
Going
there's
to
a
Steel
chance.
Panther. Okay.
We're going to Steel Panther. Yes,
Oh
I
my
would
God.
give you.
No. You can't sing those lyrics.
Okay.
Can't sing those lyrics. So yeah, Christmas beer taste is going to be nuts. We've gone over the limit for the bar.
You're invited.
We're going to have a Christmas annex.
We're
Yeah.
over the limit. You're coming
Yeah, we're gonna-
anyway.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
You can come. You can bring your wife and have a good time.
Oh, that's a yoga night though.
How far of a
I'll miss
drive
it.
is that? You have to Uber.
50 minutes.
Oh,
It's all
we're
right.
going to Uber.
I'll
We
be
got a
You can
couch.
stay in Avon.
Crash
No,
here.
I'll be all right.
But it's gonna be a lot of fun. We have a lot of beers lined up. and
We
It's
do.
gonna be
Yeah.
just crazy.
It's going to be crazy.
Maybe I'll bring a bottle of our Santa Paws.
Santa Paws.
That's the name of our
Yay.
Christmas here. Yeah, it'll be done by then.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Nice. Yeah.
I cannot wait. I love Christmas beers.
Me
Who
too.
doesn't?
I like yours. Very good.
Thank you. Tastes like beer. I know. Crazy, right?
All right, so you guys, if you have questions, something we got wrong, which probably is a lot, you want to
Especially today with
something you want us to cover,
good
something
humans.
you don't want us to cover,
Good
yeah.
humans. Oh, you said
Just
it.
email us at blabbermalt@gmail.com.
I got.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss an episode. You never know when Matthias is going to say something inappropriate. We're the BlabberMalt Show on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and at BlabberMalt, Instagram, Threads, and X. And don't forget to get yourself something nice at the Printify shop. And we'll put the link in the bio down below.
Before we sign off, though, one more time. How do they find you? Socials? Any of those things?
So we're Instagram, Four Paws Brewing and Red Wagon Brewing and Red Wagon Farm. Facebook, Four Paws Brewing, Red Wagon Brewing, Red Wagon Farm. And then our website is fourpawsbeer.com. And then redwagonfarm.com is for the Red Wagon sign. They have a brewery tab for the page there.
Wonderful.
We need to update them, though. Oof.
So happy you're here.
I'm happy to be here. This is fun.
Thanks
Great
for coming
show.
in.
Yeah.
To a good human.
Good humans.
Fellow good humans.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yep.
Hey guys, until next time, stay
malty,
malty, Cleveland.
I'll totally do
Wasn't
it.
that great? What a great show. You're a rock star,
Yes.
by the way.
Oh, thank you. I
That was
appreciate it.
so awesome.
It was fun. It was easy. It was easy with these guys.
That was so great. I loved it. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. You know who
Yeah.
you guys need to get on here is Matt at 8th Day.
Oh, yeah?
He is
Good people.
Yes, he actually. So I met him. Our CO2 girl introduced me, Jackie.
Jackie's good.
You know
I
she's
love
gone
Jackie.
now.
I know.
She called me and told me,
Which
and
is
I'm like,
sad.
I fucking hate you. And she's like, well, I'm selling hearing aids now. That's what she's doing. But she's making better money, and so.
She's why we use them, by the way.
Oh God, everyone did. But you know what? The service is good.
They're
But
fine.
What's his name?
Matt.
Matt at
Mhm.
8th Day.
Yeah. You want his
Oh, yeah.
number or anything? I'll let him
If you need
know.
me to get a hold of these guys, Dave, I can.
Yeah.
Then,
I mean, I was going to say,
I
hey,
know them all.
don't make me send Matthias to get you, because he'll get you.
because I'll just make him come over.
Here, I'll send him a text too that you're gonna be reaching out to him, and I'll give you his info. I told him I was gonna pass it on. He's like, oh yeah, do it.